I don't even let the cat talk. Underground, underdog, so it to the asphalt. I step to all the dope. They never seen crack walk. Ain't no competition, so Kendrick went to Africa. Ain't no competition. Cole went and got his baskets up. But I'm here masking up with the masking tape. Fiends knocking on the door, we close.
Whipping that shit in the kitchen. You make a mention, a ticket to make you go missing. A noodle sneak dissing. I'm starting to think niggas but manage you niggas some bitches. While you niggas run out of money, my niggas gon' get it. Cause every day government printing. How you gon' get it?
Fight Fiend Forecast. I'm Joseph, the host, back for another show. Very late. It's 12 o'clock at night already, so I'm going to go through it really quick. I'm going to go through each and every pick on the card and do a quick recap on the post-weigh-in face-off show. So only one fighter missed weight. Women's fight, Luana Carolina missed weight by 3 pounds. Second time missing weight in the UFC. But it's going to be a catchweight fight now. She actually cut a little bit of weight, managed to, and the fight to go, so glad to see all the fights still a go. We still got 13 fights right now at the Apex, back at the Apex. So nothing greasy is going to happen like we've seen in Canada. All the Canadians lost. I had lots of confidence, and I'm ashamed I lost 20 units. So, yeah, not good. Looking to rebound really big here and take advantage of the bookies the best that I can. I'm here to give you guys my picks, my reads. These are just my picks. This is what I'm doing, stuff like that. You don't have to tail me on each and every fight. But if you like what I'm saying on some fights, don't be afraid to tail me. I feel like some underdogs are going to cash this weekend, so we're going to have to chase them back to the dog pound. And yeah, don't be afraid to tail me because I think we're going to get some plus money here for sure. Across the board on this card. In Canada, we've seen a bunch of underdogs cash in, so I'm not going to be afraid to take some underdogs here. I'm back and forth on some picks. Like I said, I'm late doing the video this week, so don't really have all my picks 100% locked in. This is kind of a low-level card, in my opinion. Some pretty decent fights to watch, but betting, it's not the best card, man. Like, don't get yourself caught wasting too much money on this card, that's for sure. I'm not going to put too much money on this card. And we're going to start it off with the early prelim opener. But before we do, please smash that like button, suplex that subscribe button. I'm going to get back on track next week. I'm going to get content going right away. I had this content sitting ready for the last week, but just didn't have time because I got my own business. We're building a house right now, and we do snow removal, shovel, and salt and stuff like that. So super busy right now up here in Canada. Full steam ahead here with the prelims. Let's go. Thomas, Peterson, and Jamal Pogues, and this could be an underdog right here, right off the bat. Jamal Pogues already has some UFC experience under his belt. He's pretty comfortable now. You see some guys coming off the Dana White Contender Series have a little bit of jitters, and I expect that here. This guy's a favorite, and many times we see the favorite coming off the Contender Series drop the bag, and, I'm not trusting this guy. It's going to be an exciting fight for sure. It's a heavyweight fight. I can't wait to watch this one, especially if it's the first fight of the night. Wouldn't mind a little stab at Jamal Pogues. I think it could be a boring-ass decision, too, you know what I mean? So if it's going to be a decision, 15 minutes, heavyweight sluggers, Jamal Pogues is coming in here a little bit heavier. I see that. I think you could just lay on top of him here, get some control time, get some takedowns. I know Thomas Peterson here took that Chandler Cole guy to the second round, and I called Chandler Cole a slug, and it should have been a first-round finish. And there's another finish for Thomas Peterson as well, and it was in the second round. So he's not just going out there in the first round cleaning up guys. I do see him with a belt here at the LFA, but that's the LFA. I don't know how much credit I give those fighters either, especially the champions and the Cage Warrior guys too. Like, I like to see them inside the UFC at least once before I'm starting to put some money on them. So just be a little bit careful on this fight. If anything, there could be some value in the underdog here, Jamal Pogues. Jamal is also going to have a 3-inch reach advantage in this fight. 1-1 in the UFC. Like I said, he's a little bit more settled in. He's going to have no UFC jitters. Not his debut, anything like that. Just fought Mick Parkin to a decision. Like I said, I have a feeling this one's going the distance. And if so, you might want that plus money. And next up, we got another guy coming off the Dana White Contender Series, Marquel, Mederos, and Landon Quinones. I know this one's going to be a banger. I don't want money on it, that's for sure. It could go either way. And the odds are telling me that too. Landon Quinones, slight underdog here. And he fought on the Ultimate Fighter. Didn't do too well. Lost to, who was it? Jason Knight by submission in the first round. So not a great look. Lost his first fight to Nasrat Haqparast by a decision. I don't really want to bet on this guy. I know he's a dog. He has grit. Very durable as well. So I see this one going the distance. Hopefully the guy with more IQ, who is the slight favorite right now, is going to get this one done. I think he is a good prospect on the rise. If he gets this one done, he's definitely going to be a guy to keep your eye on. He's going to be 9-1 if he wins this fight. And training at Factory X, I just feel like he's improving very rapidly. His flow is very clean on the feet with his striking. If he needs to mix it up with the takedowns or avoid takedowns, he has 100% takedown defense right now. I think he can avoid any grappling threats Landon Quinones is going to offer, but I definitely see this one staying on the feet 100%. And the sharper guy coming off big Dana White's Contender Series. And now, having his debut in Dana White's backyard, the UFC Apex, Mederos probably going to get this one done. Slight favorite. Hopefully it's not a Malcolm Gordon play where everybody's starting to put their money on a guy that's a slight favorite, and then he just completely drops the bag and gets finished. But I feel a lot safer going with Mederos rather than Quinones, who already showed us that he's not going to be the highest caliber guy once he gets going and fighting high-level competition inside the UFC. As for Mederos, I'd like to see what he's going to do against the bottom half of the top 15 of the lightweight division if he can get past Landon Quinones. And we're not going to overcomplicate any more of these fights. I know it's a little bit complicated and you don't want to be putting too much money on this card for sure. So this is another one. Julija Stoliarenko and Luana Carolina, who came in overweight. I think it's going to help her here. She's an underdog, 220. And I did make up a line movement tracker for Discord, absolutely free this week. Other weeks, it's going to be $5 a month for Patreon, so the link is in the bio below for all that. Check it out. There's going to be some line movement on this card for sure, and I feel like Luana Carolina has some money coming in. I didn't put any money down yet, and I'm probably going to put a couple hundred, maybe just 100 or 200 on this card. Everyone probably is going to go Stoliarenko in this fight, coming off that win with Molly McCann. Like, it's just Molly McCann. It doesn't impress me, right? So I think Luana Carolina, she's a little bit seasoned in my opinion. I think she's pretty decent. Maybe she can grease it out by a decision. I'll look deeper here on the paper here. Like, all my notes are all over the place. Like, they're not in order with my slides, is what it is. But Luana Carolina, good in the clinch, good Muay Thai style. I think that's where she's going to get it done. If she can wear down Stoliarenko, get out of that first round. Second, third round is going to be Carolina all day, in my opinion. She gets it done here on the scorecards. She has a couple losses. Only one by a submission to Ariana Lipsky in the first round by knee bar. So like I said, if she can get into the first round, I think it's her fight. Next up, we got Blake Bilder, my favorite underdog on the card, I would say. No dog of the week yet. No lock of the week yet. Sorry for that. It's probably going to be out tomorrow morning. Props are going to probably be out tomorrow morning. Like, I'm gassed. I need to get some sleep. And then we're going to start drinking and have some fun tomorrow. But before I start drinking and having some fun tomorrow, I will have the props out for everyone. I'll make a lock and a dog, but like I said, not the most confident card for me. Still going to be looking to make some money. That's what we're all here for, right? So Blake Bilder, I think he is probably the best underdog to take a stab at here. Fighting a guy who is coming off the road to the UFC championship win there. I don't think these guys are going to have a great run in the UFC. And this is a tough task in his debut, Blake Bilder, don't you think? Like, I thought Blake Bilder might be the favorite here. But that's not the case. Like, the guy that won the split decision and won the road to the UFC is a 166 favorite. I don't like it whatsoever, so we're going to go with underdog. And next up, we're taking a look at a fight that was on Bet365, off Bet365, back on Bet365. I seen Pete Rodriguez here at a pretty big underdog price tag. I think it was like $4 maybe. I don't know if anybody caught that price, but he's at $290 now, and he's fighting Themba Gorimbo. And Themba Gorimbo's trying to make a name for himself in America, trying to live the American dream here. And he's fighting a real tough American now, tough to the bone, kind of like I was talking about it earlier to one of my buddies. This guy here, Pete Rodriguez, reminds me of Trevor Peak. And this guy fights like him too. And Themba's in for one. Like, I don't think this guy's quite UFC caliber. A lot of you might agree too. I know some of you as well. And Pete could catch him in this fight. And at 290, like, I want to be on that side if he catches him in the first round KO. So definitely worth a shot. Bet365 offers that bet. I'm going to be taking a stab at that first round KO, Pete Rodriguez. And I know it's going to be juiced down. It's probably going to be like $4 or something like that. But that's how he's going to get it done. Like, he's going to come in there hot, throwing hands. He doesn't have the reach advantage here, but like, he's just going to be full steam ahead, just like our train right now, trying to catch profit. Hopefully Pete Rodriguez helps us out here. He's 5-1. A couple fights were canceled in the UFC, but I think he's ready to go. He looks ready to go on the scales. So does Themba, though, as well, right? He's trying to make a name for himself. He looks ripped. Huge for the weight division. And coming off a big win, too. Takashi Sato, unanimous decision. He can mix it up on the ground. He can get some control time here. So we really want that KO round 1. Let's get it. And next up, we got a fight here that I'm going to stay away from. 17-0, Azat Maksum versus Charles Johnson. Charles Johnson, you know what I'm saying? This guy, 275, not doing so good in the UFC right now, and I don't know if it's going to go any better. 6 decision losses, though. So if you're looking for the decision for Azat Maksum, probably smash it like a couple days ago. Like, you're probably late on it already. That's probably like already not even plus money. So sorry for that, guys, but a little bit late on that. That's how he's going to get it done. That's what I'm picking here. I don't see how it's going in any other way. Charles Johnson in the second, third round. This guy does nothing. He doesn't push the pace. He's fighting for a contract. Doesn't look like he wants to be in there. He's getting kind of a tough task after a tough task, and he's not living up to the hype. When he first came into the UFC, he looked pretty decent going the distance with Muhammad Mokaev, but now it's just like, dude, too predictable now. Like, Azat Maksum by a decision. Charles Johnson, he's going to be fighting hard, but his only knockout win was to Jimmy Flick, and Jimmy Flick has a glass chin. So I know we've seen Jimmy Flick just get the finish win, but dude still has a glass chin. Charles Johnson, he is clean and technical with his striking, but Azat Maksum is going to be relentless. Better with the takedowns. He's going to take down Charles Johnson at will here. Just repetitively chain wrestle him, get control time. It's not going to be too hard. Charles Johnson is good at getting back up, but, you know, the takedowns are going to add up, and it's going to be Azat Maksum by a decision, just like Charles Johnson loses every single fight. So, if you don't know, now you know. Next up, we got Molly McCann, Meatball Molly McCann, and Diana Belbita. Diana Belbita, wow, she is good looking. She's very good looking, and Molly McCann is a, I can't say it on the show. Like, you guys go watch the face-offs. I haven't been talking about the face-offs. I know it's a post-weigh-in face-off show, but go watch the face-offs. Molly McCann is a, and I don't want her to win this fight anymore. I know I was always a Molly McCann fan. Better by KO if you want, but Diana Belbita here, hopefully she, with that reach advantage, she plays it smart, gets it done by a decision, and teaches Molly McCann a lesson here. Maybe even submit her again. That'd be sweet. Because Molly McCann's pretty cocky at the face-offs, doesn't shake her hand, doesn't even really want to face off. So Diana better take that personal and come out here and make us some profit. She's a $3 underdog here. Might be a little bit disrespectful. The last fight went the distance. Molly couldn't get the KO. And if this fight goes the distance, it could get a little greasy. Because a lot of people are going to be betting on Molly McCann. So just giving you guys a heads up. If you guys didn't bet on Molly McCann yet and you want to, just stay away. That's my opinion. I'm honestly tempted. I know this is crazy, but Diana Belbita by a decision, I wonder what that's at. I know, could be worth a stab, but might not get to it. Everybody on Patreon for $5 a month will get access to all my bets. I got a couple little bets there. Some of them I'll post for free, the little ones, but the big ones, definitely worth the $5 a month. Plus the line movement tracker will be there for $5 a month. Platinum picks with the confidence levels, method of victory is $5 a month. Cheat sheets, each and every pay-per-view card, $5 a month. Patreon, links in the bio below. Thanks everybody for tuning in this week. I'm sorry I'm late. I'm going to run through the rest of these fights pretty quick. Try to make you guys some more money. Hopefully it goes good. Not unlike last week in Canada. Sorry about that. Yeah. crack a cold one, enjoy the rest of the show, and I'll make a parlay at the end. Let's do it. Gilbert Urbina and Charles Radtke, Chuck Buffalo. And Gilbert Urbina is one of my favorite fighters that's on the rise right now. A lot of people might be underestimating him, but I sure as hell am not. I know he lost to Brian Battle, but, stuff happens. That's experience, you know what I'm saying? On the feet, this guy's dangerous, and I think Charles Radtke proved to us against Blood Diamond. I gotta take the glasses off. I can't see shit. Against Blood Diamond, that this guy's fucking, probably not UFC caliber either, man. Blood Diamond was fucking, 3-2. Not even, definitely not UFC caliber, right? And Charles Radtke couldn't finish him. Kind of made it a boring fight, to be honest. He's just going to be diving at legs. This would be boring as fuck. So as long as Gilbert Urbina can make this entertaining, catch him with a knee, hit him with a high kick, something entertaining, you know what I mean? Knock this guy out. You're 5 years younger. Should be a lot hungrier as well. Big height advantage. 3-inch reach advantage. I mean, you're coming off a big win against Orion Kase with a front kick and knees in the second round. Let's see it again, dude. You're 150 favorite here. I'm almost locked in on you. I had three locks completely blow up my lock streak last week. So right now in the locks, maybe I'll take 2 or 3 locks and go heavy on them. But $5 a month for Patreon, they will know who they are. And if you're listening right now, you're going to know who it is because Gilbert Urbina is my guy. And he better knock out Charles Radtke, man. Fuck this guy. Chuck Buffalo. And next up, we got 14-0, big goose egg. Another goose egg. Aliaskhab, Khizriev, and Makhmud Muradov. Muradov, man, this guy, he's not a bad dog either. Just another decent dog. The dog's not barking. Benson's already asleep in the cage in the next room there, but I feel like the dogs might be barking tomorrow. I'm sure tomorrow Benson's going to be running around barking, so I'll let everybody know in Discord how Benson is tomorrow. But, tomorrow they're going to be pretty aggressive, I'd say. This guy here, had a good fight with Kai Berhallo, and a lot of people are going to see that fight with Kai Berhallo and maybe take the stab. And I don't mind it either. Brian Barberena got pieced up against Makhmud Muradov, got taken down multiple times. I have it on the paper here, man. It was 13 fucking times. This guy is just going to potentially expose a guy that's undefeated, that's inactive as fuck. I don't know much of this Khizriev guy. I know he's pretty dominant. He's going to be searching for that submission, so I could be looking for the submission prop for the favorite here, Khizriev, but there could be a potential for an upset here, Muradov. I'm not going to lie, guys. I'm not here to waste your guys' time. I'm not here to steer you in the wrong direction. I'm probably going to stay away for the most part on this fight. 157 looks great if he wins cleanly, but I can't come on here and tell you this guy's going to dominate. Usually with the V in his last name and the Russian flag, I'm always telling you guys, this guy's going to win. He's a lock, but on this one, I just can't do it. He doesn't have the height advantage. He's lacking a little bit of a reach advantage here. And Dennis Tululian took him to the second round. He kind of struggled in that fight. I'm not buying into Aliaskhab Khizriev here, guys. He might be my pick. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do yet. Fuck. This is kind of a close one. Muradov can do some flying knees. He throws overhands with heat, explosive, much more experience. 4-2 in the UFC. And Khizriev's only 1-0 in the UFC, right? His last fight against Dennis Tululian was his friggin' debut, and he had 5 canceled fights already in the UFC. So, more canceled fights than fights that he's actually been inside the UFC. That's not great, man. Not great. So, that's a strict warning for everybody right there on that fight. I'm going to sleep on that one again. All week I've been looking at that one. It's just I don't know. I just have a weird feeling, guys. Guys and girls, And next up, we got Viviane Araujo and Natalia Silva, and this forecast is coming in pretty clear right now. Clear favorite is going to win. This girl, undefeated in the UFC right now, 4-0, and she's going to get another win here. She has a nice win against Jasmine Jasdavicius, Andrea Lee. She's beaten some good girls, and she outstriked Andrea Lee, and she should outstrike Viviane Araujo with ease. I know she has a lot of finishes on the record, but I see this one going the distance, and the younger girl, 10 years younger here, going to get it done. And not to mention her birthday is on fight night, Natalia Silva. So I feel on her birthday, she's going to be on her A game. If it was my birthday and I was fighting, like, I'd probably be on my A game. It's my birthday. Like, I'm pretty hype on my birthday, you know what I'm saying? I'm not losing on my birthday, and I wouldn't assume Natalia Silva's going to lose on her birthday. Enough said. There's a clear favorite for you guys. Make sure you parlay her with someone smart, though, because we need to make some money. And next up, we got Randy Brown and Muslim Salikhov. 39 years old. Like, he's coming to the end of his career unless he can just scrape up a win, right? So he's going to be scraping a win. Salikhov going to be scraping a win. This guy is an OG, though. I love this guy as a fighter. I love his style. But Randy Brown, 6'3", 8-inch reach advantage. Looking at them face off right away, I know Randy Brown, like, KO is probably going to happen in this fight. Not sure what the odds are on that, but that's the first read I get. Like, Randy Brown's going to have too much success at range, as he always does. On the ground, he's not bad either. Has a couple submission wins. Actually, he has 5 submission wins, 6 knockout wins, and 6 decisions. So Randy Brown can do anything on any given night. Hard to really determine a prop on this one, but Randy Brown for the win could be a parlay piece as well. Muslim Salikhov, 39 years old. I don't know what else he has to offer. Like, definitely on the downfall here. Slowing down big time. Losing the sting on the punch. Like, I don't think he's going to hurt Randy Brown with anything, even with his best shot. So I think that is what is giving me the most confidence here. Like, if Muslim really catches him, it ain't gonna really phase him. So Salikhov going to be spinning, but he's going to be scratching for a win. And it ain't happening. Not against Randy Brown, because Randy Brown's card is... It's not up there. Randy Brown is in the case because it didn't fit in a hard case. So I do have a numbered Randy Brown card out of 99. I actually want to get it. It's right here. It was already at the top. I don't even have to go scraping for this guy. So, Randy Brown, rated rookie, 15 out of 99. Right. I pulled that one on one of my latest videos. I'm going to try to do one box a week or two, so every week or two. Pulled a blue Randy Brown out of 99. That has to be indication that this dude is going to win by KO. And next up, we got my favorite fight on this card. Drew Dober and Renato Moicano. If you guys are not listening to Money Moicano's page on YouTube for predictions, like, you better get after that right now. I follow this guy. Sometimes I'm in the comments. He commented back a few times to me. I don't know if I'll ever get to do a show with him. Maybe once I get my webcam here on my new monitor. Finally got a monitor for my laptop, so that'd be sick if I got some live streams going and got on with Renato Moicano. But I still got some cutting out and working on to do. Stuff like that. I'll get a little bit better with the videos as I go. I'm still within my second year into doing YouTube predictions, stuff like that. But Money Moicano, man, he's a killer on the mic. He's a little bit better than me on the camera, stuff like that. But some people are built for that. I'm just trying to give you guys my picks, tell you guys forecasts. If you guys don't like the picks, you know where to go. The door is that way. But the picks are this way. I'm trying to make you guys money as I have in the past. I hit 12 locks in a row before the streak got blowing up. And in this fight, I feel like this is one I'd lock in. But everybody's going to be on Drew Dober. Underdog, has a great chin, throws with heat, throws with intent, constantly pushing forward. But Renato Moicano coming off a layoff. This guy is going to be hungry. No ring rust for this dude. Trained at American Top Team. He's seasoned and he's always getting sharpened in the gym. And he wants money. Like, he wants to win this fight. He's dominating right now. Like, his last, 7 fights were all submissions, something like that. Like, this guy's just tearing up. His last 5 wins were by submission, and Drew Dober's last 7 wins were all by KO. So the clash of 2 different styles are gonna go head to head here, and I gotta go with the grappler, the guy with the better BJJ. I know Drew Dober is super hard to submit, but if this fight goes the distance, Renato Moicano is gonna win this fight. He's probably gonna get his hand raised with the takedowns, control time, probably more pressure. Drew Dober, I know he's gonna be pushing forward and pressuring him a lot, but once Money Moicano starts landing clean shots and starts avoiding a lot of the striking, it's gonna look like Money Moicano is just putting on the pressure, pushing forward, and that's going to make Drew Dober back up, in my opinion. So I'm pretty confident in the favorite here, Renato Moicano. I listened to a few people so far. I still got to listen to a few more guys before I make some more bets. I like to listen to like a bunch of different cappers, right? Don't go too heavy if everybody's going on one underdog. You know, that's usually a sign that underdog's not going to win. So if everybody's taking this one underdog, I might stay away, stuff like that. That's just a tip for you guys. Don't do what everybody else is doing, right? So just be unique, but trust your instinct first and foremost, because usually your instinct is right. A lot of the time I pick one fighter and I know I should have went with the other, and then the other fighter won that I wanted to take, but I didn't take them, you know what I mean? So just follow your instinct. If you lose a pick or if you lose a bet, it is what it is, you know what I mean? Make sure you live with no regrets. Like, don't bet more than you can't lose, you know what I'm saying? So if you can't lose $100, then don't bet $100. So no regrets. Let's go into this clear-headed, clear-minded, and we're going to make some money. Big time. Money Moicano, he's the play. And Drew Dober is not going to knock out Money Moicano. This guy's chin is going to hold up. I know I'm going to talk a little bit longer than I wanted to on some of these fights, but I want you guys to know when I'm confident and when I'm not confident. I'm confident Renato Moicano is a good favorite here. And on the feet, this guy is very underrated. He has no knockout wins, but his Muay Thai is very clean, honestly. And I think he can potentially knock out Drew Dober. I don't know, but I don't think it's going to be a super easy submission by any means. But if it goes the distance, I honestly like Renato Moicano to edge it out. And maybe a knockout could happen, but I'm feeling pretty confident on the money line. Renato Moicano, that's the safest way to go. If you like a fighter, don't get down to business here and get right to it and try to figure out exactly how they're going to win, what round they're going to win in. Like, most of the time you're not going to get it right down to the T, so just take them on the money line. You know, they can get it done by knockout, submission, DQ. I don't give a fuck. Just win the fight. And next up, we got the main event of the evening, so make sure you smash that like button for me. Suplex the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed to the Fight Fiend Forecast. And this is the main event here. This is the main event. This is the main fight. This is the only fight that like is honestly worth watching. Everybody else is kind of like don't really matter right now. It is what it is. Sometimes you have these fight nights. Dana's backyard. You have a couple of prospects, a couple people that want to climb the ranks, and then you have, you know, one decent fight, and this would be the one like real decent fight. So be careful on this one. I thought it was going to be a coin flip, and now a bunch of money came in on Nasruddin Imavov last week because my picks were so shit. I think someone tried to chirp me saying, good luck next week with Dolidze and Imavov, probably thinking I was going to take Dolidze, but I told him I was going to take Imavov because I pulled an Imavov card, which is right here, numbered out at 200. And I don't even know if I'm going to do it. I don't even know if I'm going to take him. I don't know if I'm going to take him, honestly. Like, this is... I just have a feeling like this is Dolidze's fight. Like, I was watching some basketball this week, and then the preview came on for the fight night, and they just talked about, Roman Dolidze's fighting, or something about the knockouts and Roman Dolidze, and then they mentioned Imavov. I was just like, they're talking quite a bit about Dolidze. They're kind of hyping him up and stuff like that, and he's an underdog. Like, I feel like this could be a main event spot where the underdog comes through. Like I said at the start of the card, like I feel the underdogs are going to be going to the pound this week, and I want to be a part of it, you know what I mean? I want to make some money. I feel like Dolidze is a good pick, a very good pick, trained at Extreme Couture. I don't care what people think, you know? If I lose a bunch of picks, it is what it is. Like, I'm just going to give you guys my reads and my picks. That's what it is. I feel like this is another live underdog for sure. I got the Nasruddin Imavov card, and originally I was on Imavov. But, like, today before the show, I was like, am I going on there and going to give them Nasruddin Imavov as my pick just because one guy tried to chirp me? Like, no, man, fuck that. Like, just because he chirped me now, I want to go fucking Dolidze. Like Dolidze, I think, has more finishing potential for sure, more power, more explosive, and that's what I look for in a fighter, like a guy with more finishing capabilities. And in this fight, who has the more finishing capabilities? Like Imavov ain't finishing anyone. He was taking down Chris Curtis, taking him down pretty easily, and not many people can take down Chris Curtis, but guess where Chris Curtis trains? Extreme Couture, so Roman Dolidze should have a freaking good game plan here and come in here and get the job done. You know, he's 35 years old. It's now or never, man. Now or never. Imavov's 7 years younger. He can bounce back from a loss, no problem. He's already 12-4. That's not a great record. You're 12-2 at 35 years old. You don't have the most experience for a 35-year-old. You're a big grappler, world champion grappler. So let's see it, man. Stop being a dumbass with your game plans. Come in here, get the job done. And the bookies are doubting you big time. So if you see that, like, that better motivate the hell out of you, because, you know, just look at the Kansas City Chiefs, you know what I'm saying? Like, they get pretty motivated and fired up when they see that they're the underdogs. Like, they've been the champions they won how many championships and won their division the last how many years and dominate the league, and they're fucking still dogs. Like, doesn't even make sense. Like, they're the underdog against the 49ers right now, and I feel like they're going to win. Like, you know, some people just keep getting counted out and getting underestimated. This is another guy, Roman Dolidze. A lot of people don't like the guy, but I have some faith in him. And that's my job, just to give you guys my reads, my opinion. Hopefully try to cash in on some dogs here. But like I said, sprinkle lightly. Manage your bankroll very smartly this weekend. Very, very smart. And if you want to join Patreon, $5 a month, that's pretty cheap. Like, very cheap, honestly, for everything I'm offering with all my bets, cheat sheets, platinum picks. We're going to have a line movement tracker, everything like that. But Discord's absolutely free right now. You should jump in that, see what the line movement tracker's saying for this whole entire card right now, because I'm not going to pull it up right now. I want to give you guys a couple parlays before I go here. It's been a long video. You might not have time to go through the whole thing. You might just skip ahead till right now. So here we go. We'll get right into it with the parlay parfaits. We haven't done this section in a while. It's nice to bring back the parlay parfaits, but they're not pre-planned. This is off the bat. I have bet 365 pulled up right now. And I'm going to start it off at the bottom of the card. Prelims. The prelims, baby. My most confident prelim pick, I'm going to go with Blake Bilder, 230 underdog. Okay, we're going to take him on the money line, and we're going to take 4 people on the money line for this parlay here. Just a little 4 freeze. I want to start with the underdog, though, Blake Bilder. Not the first fight of the night. He's a couple in, but he's on the prelims. And then another dog, Pete Rodriguez. I say you leave him off on this one just to be safe. You know, he's $3. You never know. You might want to get crazy with it. But on this one, let's not get too crazy with it. Let's try to manage our risk smart on this one and just go with Blake Bilder and now look for a favorite. And the next favorite I would look for would maybe be Azat Maksum, like I said, by a decision. It's likely going to be his path of victory, so maybe we just, instead of taking him on the money line, I'll pull up the decision for Azat Maksum. I said it's probably not plus money. It is. 205 though, so we're going to parlay that up. And I don't know how it's 205. Probably because it's going to smack by a decision. A lot of people should be seeing that. So we got decision for Azat Maksum. Blake Bilder for the dub. Blake Bilder could get the finish. He could get a decision, man. That guy 230 money line, like that's wicked. And we're going to leave the women's fight off, that's for sure. Gilbert Urbina on the money line. Are we going to risk him for a finish? Nah. No. We're going to manage our risk management here. We're just going to take him for the win. No sweat. He can get it done either way. Probably going to be in the first round. I feel first round finish for Urbina. Cash that money line for us for the third leg of the parlay, and we're looking to cap the parlay off now with a card that I have right in front of me. No, fuck that, man. We're going with Randy Brown. That's right, Randy Brown on the money line. We'll give you a 9.7x, $10 for $97. Definitely worth a stab in my opinion on that 4 little fold there, the 4 freeze. Starting it off with Blake Bilder, like I said, Azat, Maksum by a decision, and then 2 more money lines, Gilbert, Urbina, Randy Brown. So that fourfold, I think it's worth the stab. $10 for $97. Yeah, not bad. Not fucking bad. And we're going to do another one. Let's make this one funky. Like funky. Luana, Carolina. Tag her on there with... Are we going to go Blake Bilder again? We'll go Blake Bilder again. Okay. We'll go 2 dogs, double dog. We're going to get crazy with this one. I'm serious. Pete Rodriguez, there's your third leg right there. Another dog. No, we're not putting on Diana Belbita. Don't even think about that. We're not doing that. Another dog. Come on now. Makhmud Muradov. I don't know, man. Khizriev by sub is live. He's live, man. Drew Dober, I ain't even thinking about adding him on there as a dog. Money Moicano all day, so it's going to be Roman Dolidze to cap that parlay off. 4 underdogs. Luana, Carolina, Blake Bilder, Pete Rodriguez, Roman Dolidze. This fourfold here, the dogs, is a 37x. So you want to throw $10 on that one? Okay. $430 with my little parlay boost here. Without the parlay booster, it's $370. Jesus. 4 dogs, so it's definitely doable. You guys definitely seen the last card and how many underdogs won. So if I can get these 4, I feel like they're barking. Wow, that'd be a big win for only $10. And if you're a big spender on that, like, wow, that's some serious profit. 37x on those ones. And then I'll go with a cheap ass parlay for everybody. Everyone's cheap ass parlay for all the super safe sallies out there. I want you guys to tag on Azat, Maksum, and then I want you guys to take a look at Gilbert, Urbina, and then I want you guys to tag on Natalia Silva, put Randy Brown on there, and you shouldn't have a problem with those 4: Maksum, Urbina, Silva, and Brown. I mean, that's a 3.6x. $100 on that one if you're looking to go big. This parlay, which I said was a cheap ass parlay, but if we're putting 100 on it, that ain't too cheap. You know, that's a big spender parlay. So for the big spenders here, this is a safe one. I think this one here's one of the safest parlays I could make. Azat, Maksum, Gilbert, Urbina, Natalia Silva, Randy Brown, $100 for $400 with the Betway boost. Without the Betway boost or Bet365 boost, it's like $360 for $100. So like $260 profit just on those 4 for the win. Those 4 would be some high confidence picks for me. I'll do another one. I had a late video, so some of you guys are going to fast forward to the parlay parfaits and just catch all these parlays, all the high confidence picks here. So Mederos, man, like I'm not looking to parlay this dude. Not anything that's close. Thomas Peterson, like I don't want to put my money on like a guy that's debuting either, so I don't think he's worth putting money on. Luana, Carolina, we already have her in a little parlay with some dogs. Like if you want a single better, double your money there. That's worth a shot. Join Patreon, $5 a month. They're gonna see what I do once I do some more research in the morning before I make some more bets. So for $5 a month on Patreon, they get early access to all the bets. But I'll give you guys one more, 100%. Let's go with maybe some props on this one. 100%. You guys want to see some props. I didn't have any props of the week on this video, so we'll kick it off with Gilbert, Urbina. I'm gonna call the KO on this one. KO sitting at 350 for Gilbert, Urbina. And we can do a knockout kings. That's something I like to do. Take like 2 or 3 people that I like for the knockout, sandwich them together, put some money on it. And you'll probably thank me in the comments like, wow, that's some good advice. Just take 2 guys that you think are going to get the knockout, or or even take 2 or 3 people you like for the submission. Put them in a little parlay. Whenever you smack one, you're going to be pretty thankful on that one. Because I hit one before, and on $10 I won like 300, so the money is gonna increase quite a bit here. This is gonna be a sweet parlay if it hits for everybody. We're looking for another knockout, so I'm scrolling through here. I gotta go with I gotta go with Randy Brown. I know it seems crazy. Salikov is going to be super hard to knock out. Could even be a submission. Decision, oh yeah, let's leave Randy Brown off for the props, man. This guy can do anything. Like I said, like 5, 6, and 5 or 5, 6, and 6. Like this guy can do absolutely anything. If we're looking for a knockout, I think we would be safer maybe to chase like Blake Bilder. Maybe Blake Bilder would be going for the submission though. So you got to be super, super careful on this card. Going for the props. You're going to want to stick to the money line. That's what I'm going to be looking to do with most of my money. But looking for another knockout here. Like other than Gilbert or Urbina, I don't want to go Molly McCann. I know a lot of people are probably like, well, why isn't this guy thinking Molly McCann? He's a dummy. Maybe Natalia Silva. So I'll give you that one. Maybe Natalia Silva women's fight. Like, just a 2 little fold for knockouts. 550, Natalia Silva KO. Jeez. A lot of people don't think that's going to happen. She's 180 for the decision. Jeepers Christ. So 550 and 350, tag those on together. Well, it's not even loading right now for me. There it is. 20x for those two, you know what I mean? So the odds really increase, and things get crazy once you start adding on a couple knockouts. You can make some serious money, but it's not an easy card to determine how these fights are going to finish, everybody. So be safe with your money, manage your bankroll smart. Hopefully this train is headed in the right direction, and we can get back on a winning streak here after losing 11, 12 locks in a row. It sucks, it hurts. It's tough to find motivation to come back on and do a show and, do all the content again and try to get the streak going again. But I'm here to try to help you guys out, make some money, relay my information from what I have here. Didn't have the early show out, sorry for that. But I went and made a pretty long video here tonight for everybody. Gonna have to edit it. I'm gonna be up till 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. Gonna be a late one, but hopefully everybody enjoys the show that made it to the show. Super late. We're getting back on track next week.